Hey everybody, how we doing? So I'm giving a little update on the garden. I haven't really made a lot of videos lately. I got the compost box video up, that was a month and a half ago. I made that and finally got the video up. Because things have really exploded around with work here. So I've been doing yoga classes in the park, doing 8 classes a week now. Some of them are online. Giving reviews for yoga students online who are in a teacher training program with a lovely school. And of course, there's the garden going on. Still working on things here, but it's really growing a lot now. So I just want to kind of walk around and show you some stuff. Got this trellis started with some cucumbers and rutabaga and Swiss chard growing down there. Hoping to extend it out and do a couple more sections. But yeah, things take time, don't they? So looking forward to cucumbers. Got lettuce over here. It's finally getting to sizable edible sizes, but the animals have started showing up too. So some of it has been eaten. They've been digging around. I'm surprised actually they haven't done too much damage though. I mean, if they've been over here, they haven't done too much to it yet. We got some different varieties. Looking forward to have some. I might make some tonight actually. I'm just finishing up the last salad that I bought. This bed is just kind of like a leftover space. If I don't have somewhere to put something else and it needs to get in the ground, I've been throwing it in here. Doesn't really have the same polish as some of the other areas, but I put some summer squash in there, some of the leftover tomato plants. There's some cabbages. I think the deer ate some of the cabbage there. They didn't show up the last 2 nights though, so I guess it's not like their favorite thing. And I got some Vietnamese coriander, little flowers, curry dwarf plants. They're pretty interesting. Never knew about that. Smells really nice, tastes really nice. Yeah, the grapevine made it. It's back. I put it out really early and then it got frost damage, lost all the leaves, but it's doing fine now. And here in this bed there's a lot of carrots and beet seedlings just getting started. And there's other ones I started earlier right there. The kale is probably the most prolific thing in the garden right now. They're just booming. I can eat kale every day now. It's amazing. We got cauliflower and broccoli mostly in these 2 beds. There's some other things too. There's some bush beans, peanuts. There's a little stevia over there. I got more okra and peas and more kale. There's some horseradish in that orange container from the neighbor. I even got 2 tobacco plants started over there. And down here some leftover peppers. Another okra. Some new purple kale that we just got. What was this one called again? Scarlet something? Scarlet borer. Scarlet borer. Nice. We'll let that go for a bit. Someone was digging in here too. And there's a tomato in some cabbages. Okay. And then the more established stuff, yeah, really up here. Because I kind of started from the top and worked my way down, getting these raised beds in. So, whew, the potatoes took off, man. They're really impressing me. So they went so fast. I was hoping to get in here and build up the mound a bit more, but no time, and now it's getting pretty thick. I mean, I guess I still could get in there, but probably won't have time. So I mean, we'll see how many we get. Still want to fill this bed in. Got some more blue curl kale, some watercress. Had to move the forget-me-not flower. It wasn't doing so well there. And there's some kind of orange-black variety of marigolds I put in. They're growing up. 2 eggplants. The butterfly weed started sprouting. These little guys down here. I'm excited to see how that's going to go. Asparagus. I had a kind of blue or purple asparagus. Here's some sorrel. How is this tasting? I haven't had much of this yet. We got some little creatures inside. Oh, there's a spider doing some work in there, huh? Yeah, look at that. It is an ecosystem. Great. Well, let's take one of these little ones down here. See how that is. There's a lemony kind of taste. Wow. It's delicious. Yeah, so this blue purple asparagus didn't make it. I opened the package, it had mold on it, so I tried to wash it with clean water. Tried to plant it anyway, didn't make it. Those are some beet tops regrowing leaves. And now we got more kale. Whew. Rocket. Booming like crazy. God, I love rocket. So delicious. Couple artichokes, some bush beans, the dinosaur kale. I didn't know it was called that. The tag said lacinato. More. Okay, what we got over here? A couple peppers. There's a pepper from my friend Mary who came by a couple weeks ago, a month ago. Little chocolate bell pepper, little cayenne, little mystery pepper. I think it's bell pepper. Up in there we got some celery, Brussels sprouts, kale, rosemary down at the end. I got the rest of this old wood up into a box, so I want to cut that off, fill it in, and herbs and lettuce, fill it up. Hey, I moved outside, so some nights I'm sleeping out in the tent now. And down here we got the ginger, and I just put in the gotu-kola. Gotu-kola is a really nice, delicious bitter herb plant. Wow, it's just sprang up since yesterday like that. Nice. So it's going to do well here, I think. It likes partial shade, like 4 to 8 hours of sun a day, same as the ginger. So it'll make a nice cover, and the ginger can pop through it. It's really good for your brain, by the way, and ginger is really good for a lot of things. So there's some certain plants you can eat which are just, they're so medicinal, like you're almost immortal if you eat them frequently. Yeah, it's good for preventing disease, it's good for enhancing body function. Here's the blueberries. We've got 3 different varieties. Whew. Some of these are, yeah, they're slow, they're not doing so well, or maybe they're just establishing roots. I think I might have to go the way to acidify the soil more chemistry style. I've been, seeing differences of opinion. Some people say you put pine needles and use the dirt from under pine trees and the soil will be more acidic. But I guess it really is just more about the natural mineral content of the land, the dirt, the rocks in it, the minerals in it that you got. And that's what's really counting for the blueberries to grow well. So I might have to find some way of, getting some sulfur or whatever you use for that. Okay, and this was one of the earlier beds too. The cabbages here are going crazy, and they're going to go into some kimchi. I made some kimchi recently. Got sage, holy sage. Really amazing plants. Good for cleansing. Good for refreshing yourself, purifying your mind just by that smell. More rocket, yum. Love it. Radish, the daikon radish is flowering. This is from like 6 months ago. I was growing it in a little tiny pot in the kitchen in wintertime. Now it's a beastie. Now the tomatoes, I'm in like a battle with the tomatoes already because the aphids, they love them. And I got some neem oil to use for neem and soap solution with the water. And I thought I did a pretty weak dilution. I sprayed it. It burned the tomato leaves. So I made a weaker dilution a couple days ago, did it again because the aphids are back again. That one went better. They still seem pretty happy after that spraying. And yeah, if you haven't seen the garden yet, I like this part here a lot because it's kind of log walls. These are just old logs from the wood pile for keeping the house warm in winter. A little bit too rotted for good burning, so now they're out here like a retaining wall. And these guys too, here we go. These are giant variety marigolds, way bigger than the usual marigolds. They're just getting ready to flower. There's a few others that I had gotten from the store. And a lot of these plants too that people are familiar with, but they're always growing in the lawn or in competition with a lot of other things. And in the lawn, they're getting cut a lot. I don't know how big these things can get. These are clovers, right? Usually you just see like tiny little plants in your yard, and you're like, oh, that's clover, huh? But if you really give it the space to grow, they're like big, beautiful plants. Same with the dandelions here, right? How big the dandelion leaves can be. So I let this one have its space here, and now these are like, yeah, amazing. Big health-giving plants right there too, really nutritious. So we'll use some of that to make salad probably tonight as well. I'm gonna make a mixed greens kind of salad to go with dinner. Where are we at? We're in the top bed now. Top bed, we got some marigolds too. I got things started probably late on the beans and peas. That's some peas there. I just replanted some long red beans, Asian long red beans. So the first round that I did in the winter, too early. Put them out too early, they died. Same with the bush beans, they died. So I definitely suffered from the overexcited newbie gardener condition. You just want to get it out there and get it going no matter how early it is. You believe it's going to work, but man, temperature matters, definitely. So I guess you got to go through it. If you can, try to avoid it though. Wait until it's the right time, or hopefully have a greenhouse or somewhere where you can keep them really well until it's time for them to go outside. Now this should be interesting too. This is called a cucamelon, and it's going to have, they say, little tiny fruits that are like sweet, sour, little melony cucumbers. So I'm curious about that. Should be interesting. We got some lima beans here. They're already growing. Oh no, it was the peas. The peas already have like one bean growing on there. The wing beans from Asia also. I thought they died, but they're coming back. They're coming back. There's a couple of them. So they're gonna make it. And we got a couple more pepper plants at the end up here. At the end up here. Got some Thai basil. Ulapa. This is a holy basil, they say. Or is it? No, that's not holy basil. Sweet basil. Yeah. Holy basil, kapow, is the one that you fry and it makes everybody sneeze. And I think this is a cantaloupe that got tricky with me. I don't know how it got here, but I decided to let it stay for now. And we'll see how much space it takes up. It's probably going to have to move though, because this is going to take over and get in the way up here. There's a little pepper plant. I don't know what snapped it off. Something snapped it off of its original stem. I just stuck it back in the ground and it's making it. Nice job, man. Strong. Okay, and what else we got? Well, there's some coneflowers from Mom. Hosta from Mom. Variegated hosta. More dandelions. I try to leave some of them around, let them do their thing. Nasturtium, is that what this is? There's too many names to remember, Too many names. It's a Sunshine Cranberry Red, but that's the variety. Oh, it's a patented one even. Uh-oh. I got genetic. Nemesia hybrid. Okay. I think it's a kind of Nasturtium too. I'm not sure. And what was this? I think my mom said this is related to tobacco too. Some kind of nice flower. Anyway. And then we got down here our lavender. I love lavender. It's a really beautiful smell. Right, so there's a compost box over there. And I still got this space here, man. And wood chips to make some paths. Those raised beds, these got to continue. I'm going to do 2 more down that way. Something here in the middle still. There's got to be something here. Let's figure it out. So, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you're having a wonderful spring and summer, wonderful life, and I look forward to sharing more with you guys.